everyone, I'm Lady Teddy. I'm going to be reading to you guys from Magium, which is a text-based choose-your-own-adventure game that's an app, and it's free on both Android and iOS. So if you guys like it or are interested, I highly recommend downloading it for yourself because it's a really cool story, and there's a lot of different paths. Right now, we have finished book 1, but we need 25 achievements to get to the next book, so we are achievement hunting. We got all of the achievements in 1 and 2, so now we're going to be trying to get... There's some of them that we just won't be able to because you need to have different stats, but we're gonna try and get the ones that we can. So, yeah, here we go. Switching over here. Yeah, it looks like y'all can see it too. Yep, there's chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. I don't know. We might be able to do this one. I don't remember what stats we'd already put for chapter 3. But, yeah. Alright. And there's a save thing in chapter 3 already, so dope. Alright. If anyone wants to be actively participating in the game, you can contribute suggestions on for what to do. If people just want to sort of relax or sleep, then I'll ask what people want to do, and if no one answers, then I will do it myself. But here we have 6 stat points, and the goal is we are going to be suddenly attacked by like 1,000 non-magic people, so I would recommend you know what? I'll let you guys figure it out, because I've gotten this achievement before. So it's 37 right now. If we get to 38, then I will do it myself. I don't remember everything. I only remember bits and pieces. Okay, 38. Alright. Don't need ancient languages. Okay, when we get closer. So sure, I could do it here. Right now, Darren and the main character, Barry, are sitting outside of a cave discussing something, and Darren is kind of a douche, is accusing him of trying to seduce. one of the other people who he thinks is a banshee. I'm not trying to seduce her, Darren. Of course you're not, Darren says in a sarcastic manner. Slowly, Darren's smile fades away from his face and he adopts a more serious tone. Listen, he says, I know your heart is in the right place, but you know as well as I do that women simply can't be born as mages. It's not in their blood. I don't know why she appears different from a normal banshee to you, and I don't know why the banshee inside her hasn't awakened yet, but it's only a matter of time. One day she will turn into a banshee, and I want you to be prepared for when that time comes. Darren takes a small device of his own out of his front pocket and hands it to me. It appears to be a magical transceiver. These devices are mostly used by soldiers when they need to transmit information to each other over short distances without having to shout to one another. I want you to carry this with you at all times. If you're ever in danger, just tap this 3 times and I'll come over to help as fast as I can. Just promise me something, I tell him. Of course. Promise me that you won't try to purify her until you see her transform into a banshee. Darren sighs. You're asking a lot of me, Barry. You should know better than anyone how hard it is to stop her once she turns into a banshee. But if it means that much to you, then I'll promise. He pauses. Come on, we should get going. It's time we wake up Kate so she can take second watch. As we descend towards the cave, my stat device starts beeping. I pull it out of my pocket and I see that I now have 6 more points available to spend. There must have been a big fight somewhere in the vicinity. So I invest points now, which I already did. And I'm going to invest more later. I put the device back and enter the cave. We wake up Kate and she goes outside to guard the entrance as me and Darren go to sleep. I wake up to Kate's voice several hours later. She's whispering to make sure that Darren can't hear us. Wake up, Stillwater, she says. It's time for you to pay your debt. It takes me a few moments to realize she's referring to the discussion we had yesterday about her saving my life. And just exactly how do you want me to pay this debt? All you have to do is come with me and take a look at something. It won't take you more than a minute. Do that and you can consider your debt paid. She's being serious. This must be more important to her than she lets on. Why are you asking this of me and not Darren? He's the legendary mage around here, not me. Because unlike him, you appear to be very knowledgeable about the more obscure intricacies of magic. You don't see many people these days that know how a stat booster works. Plus, I have something I want to ask you in private. So come, before we wake up Darren. We exit the cave and head for the trees. The moon is still pretty high up in the sky. It can't have been more than 2 or 3 hours since I went to sleep. As we walk in awkward silence for a few minutes, I figure I may as well try and start a conversation. Ask her how come she knows how the stat device works. Ask her what she wants to discuss with me in private. Again, I know what to go with. If either of you want to, or if any of you want to make a suggestion, I'll give you a minute. But I would suggest this one because she's going to bring up this one anyways. This is what we went with in the last read through though. So if anyone wants new dialogue, Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. So, how did you come to know the true function of the stat devices? Sir Red Panda, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. Hello. She gives me a pondering look, probably trying to decide how much of the truth she's willing to disclose to me. The stat boosters were created on this continent. I was born here as well. It's more common for people on this continent to know what these devices do than it is for people in the rest of the world. Wait, you were born here? Didn't you come here as a participant in this tournament? I was born here, but I didn't spend my whole life here. It's not so easy to return here once you've left, however. I use this tournament as a means to come back because I have some unfinished business to attend to. And I'm guessing this unfinished business of yours is somehow related to this thing you want me to look at? She doesn't make any comment, but her silence is enough to confirm my hypothesis. Kate decides to completely change the subject instead. She stops in front of me and looks me straight in the eye. There's been something that's been bugging me ever since we met yesterday, she says. When you and Darren first saw me, you started whispering between yourselves for about a minute. You said you were trying to decide whether I was a banshee or not, and Darren said you already established that I wasn't one. She pauses for a bit before she continues. The question is why? I decided to seek Darren's help because I fooled myself into thinking that someone as kind-hearted as him would not sentence me to death. But now that I have cleared my head and thought about it, I realize how much I've put myself at risk by showing myself to him. Why did Darren decide that I wasn't a banshee when all of the evidence pointed to the contrary? Kate still doesn't trust me. If I tell her I'm the one that convinced Darren to spare her, she's either not going to believe me or she'll get suspicious of my motives and completely lose her trust in Darren. Maybe she'll believe me if I tell her Darren was the one that decided not to purify her. Darren said he'd met a banshee before. I lie to her. He said he could tell you we're different somehow and that he was going to keep an eye on you for the time being. I see, Kate says with relief in her voice. That's all I wanted to ask. Let's keep going then. Wait, why ask me this all of a sudden? Why not ask Darren directly? Because Darren is the one that knows white magic, not you. He is the one who would normally want to purify a banshee. I didn't want to give him any ideas in case the thought never occurred to him. And why would you believe that I'm telling the truth? Because you're not a very good liar. Your face gives you away. Is that so? Well, in that case, I also have a question for you. You may not be a banshee, but you can't be a mage either. Women can't be born as mages, so what are you? Who says I was born a mage? My mind goes blank for a second while I try to make sure I understood what she said correctly. Hold on, do you mean to tell me that you were born as a normal human and that you later became a mage? That is what I'm saying. How? Did you get access to the Magium? How did you do it? I must know. I realized too late that I had let the excitement get the better of me. Kate is looking at me with an expression that shows both bewilderment and a sudden understanding. By the gods, she says, you were telling the truth, weren't you? You really are a human, and you came here in the hopes of becoming a mage. Listen to me. I have no idea what could motivate you enough to go on this suicidal quest, but the only things that you'll find at the end of your journey will be agony and despair. Quit now, and you might still make it out of this alive. You speak to me of agony and despair, but you chose to become a mage. Surely you must understand. Surely you must understand how I feel about this. Peanut Arbuckle, welcome in. Yes, this is a game book. It's an app that's free for both Android and iOS, and it's called Magium, and it's choose your own adventure, so you're able to pick multiple paths. And yeah, it's really good. Right now we're achievement hunting because you need to get to 25 achievements to move on to the next book. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask, but I'm going to try keep reading in the meantime. But I will be looking at the chat. Surely you must understand how I feel about this. I do not. Because becoming a mage was never my intention, and I have no intention of continuing this conversation either. I gave you a warning. You can choose to heed it or you can ignore it. This is all I'm willing to say on the subject. Before giving me a chance to respond, she storms ahead as I rush to follow her. We travel in complete silence for the next 10 minutes. Alright, Peanut Arbuckle. If you have questions you can't ask, I don't mind answering. And, welcome in. I hope you enjoy the story. We travel in complete silence for the next 10 minutes. As we get further and further away from the cave, I call out to her again. Wait, I tell her. What is it now? We're getting too far away from our cave. What if anyone attacks Darren while we're asleep? Oh, you don't need to worry about him. Peanut Arbuckle, thank you so much for the follow. I'm glad you liked this enough. Alright, so there's why not. Oh, are you suggesting he can defend himself while asleep? Damn you, I'm not leaving my friend behind. If people just want to listen, that's totally okay, or sleep, since lots of people fall asleep. So if no one wants to help pick a path, I'm probably going to go with... This is what we went with last time. There's technically a good Smartberry run-through. But to get new dialogue, I would go with this one. No. The run-through... So I already finished this book, but I need to get 25 achievements to get to the next book. The run-through I did was good Smartberry, but the achievement we're about to do, or to search for, is One-Man Army, which is single-handedly defeat a small army of 100 armed men as well as their leader. Main menu. So, we don't need to stick to a specific character right now, because we're gonna have to be a different character anyways. You're not expected to know, you just got here. So thank you for asking questions. Alright, in that case, I'm gonna go with this one. Damn you, I'm not leaving my friend behind. What? When did I ever suggest such a thing? If you're so worried about your dear friend Darren, then by all means, go back and check on him. I'll wait for you here. Hesitantly, I start retracing my steps back towards the cave. Once I start walking, however, I get a powerful urge to go the other way. I try again, and I get the same result. No matter how many times I try, I simply can't keep going in the same direction. I keep turning in the opposite direction sometimes without even noticing. Is this some sort of spell? In all of my research, I've never read of such a thing. What did you do? I asked Kate. See, if you would have asked me nicely from the beginning instead of throwing groundless accusations, I would have answered your question. I guess you'll just have to live without knowing. But as you can clearly see, you don't need to worry about anyone getting near our cave until we get back. Let's go. Our destination lies not much farther. After about 5 more minutes of walking, we finally come to a halt. The area we stopped in is full of fallen trees similar to the one where we fought yesterday. Except this time there are no bodies. However, there's clearly been a big battle. Perhaps even the battle that charged up my stat device before going to sleep. I can still feel the traces of leftover magic resonating strongly in the air around me. This is where I wanted to bring you. Please tell me what you can tell by studying the magic in this place. As I concentrate on the nature of the magic around me, I start sensing strong traces of elemental magic. It seems there's been at least one elementalist battling here, I tell her. Yes, but can you tell which element the caster was using? I try to focus even further. It's, I'm not sure how to describe it. It doesn't seem to be any of the 4 traditional elements. If I were to put it into words, I'd say it would be electric in nature. Kate's face slowly lights up when she hears my words. This is the first time I've seen her smile, even if only slightly. Ever since we first met. Thank you, Barry. You've really been a great help. Her reaction took me by surprise. Wow, this is the first time I see this side of you. I didn't know you could actually be nice. What's that supposed to mean? Premonition check failed, level 2. Hearing check failed, level 2. I just meant to say that you're usually a lot more. Before I get to finish my sentence, a dart comes out of nowhere and hits Kate in her left shoulder, making her drop to one knee. I'm alright, Kate says, although she's clearly lying. She is breathing heavily and seems to be struggling to keep her consciousness. I can hear a man laugh from behind the trees. His voice is high-pitched and could easily be mistaken for that of a woman if you weren't paying attention. As expected from a banshee, the man shouts, even an expensive sleep dart of such as this is not enough to bring you down, but you are barely standing. The outside of this battle, the outcome of this battle is clear. Surrender now and we'll show you mercy. We'll grant you and your human companion a quick and painless death. Shadow Revenant Knight, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you've had a really good night. Right now we're achievement hunting Magium. Yet another enemy who doesn't believe I'm a Stillwater. I'm starting to doubt that this bluff was a good idea after all. I'm glad you had a good day. Did you stream? You did stream, I was lurking on it. You have not missed much at all except for me explaining what I was doing here. But welcome back, Skenya. People tell me that they like the sound of my voice, so I decided to lean into it and start reading out loud to my viewers from an app called Magium that's a choose your own adventure story. So I've already finished book 1. I was doing a good Smart Berry run through. And in order to get to book 2, we need to get 25 achievements. So right now we're achievement hunting. And the achievement that we're going for right now is one-man army, where I'm going to have to take down and defeat over 100 men by myself. I'm good, Shadow. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing? I know you already answered that. You said you're good. Is this a joke? Says Kate, trying to be menacing, but barely managing to articulate her words. I can sense that there's at least 100 of you hiding behind the trees all around us, and yet none of you are mages. Do you seriously think that you can win against mages by outnumbering them? AMK. I don't actually know how to pronounce your full username. Calm, welcome in. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for the first time chat. Thank you for your support, Skenya. And thank you for listening. Calm, I don't know if you heard my explanation, or if you're even still here. Okay. It's not worth the effort? Alright, I won't try. Right now I'm reading out loud to you guys from a book, because people like my voice, and we're achievement hunting. Because in order to get to book 2, we need 25 achievements. Mages are no gods. They bleed just like the rest of us. If they bleed, they can be killed, and so can you. Yes, this is the choose your own adventure that I mentioned. After he finishes his phrase, he blows a very loud horn which drowns out all other sounds in the woods, and suddenly a rain of crossbow bolts comes flying towards us from every direction. Kate quickly makes an ice dome all around us to block their shots. Barry, she says, you need to listen to me closely, because I can't hold this dome for much longer. I need you to go back to our camp as fast as you can and call Darren. There's no way we can win this fight otherwise. As she speaks, one of Kate's eyes is twitching, and there is sweat dripping over her face. You can't be serious. You'll never survive that long. You can barely even keep yourself awake. I'll manage. I've been in far worse situations and made it out alive. Plus, even if I get injured, Darren can heal me when the fight is over. Now hurry up. Time is not on our side. Go and call for Darren, ask Kate for an ice dagger, and deal with the attackers myself. Well, the achievement says that I have to deal with the attackers myself. So, that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm going to save here so I can go back. Yes. Give me an ice dagger, I tell her. What? You heard me. Make an ice dagger for me. I'll deal with them myself. You're insane. What are you planning to do? Talk them all to death? Either you give me that dagger, or I'm going barehanded. The choice is yours. Once Kate understands I'm not going to change my mind, she reluctantly forges an ice dagger and hands it to me. When I grab it, I realize the hilt is also made out of ice, but its shape makes it easy enough for me to hold on to. And this is not the time and place to whine about how cold it feels in my hand. Perfect, I say. Now open up the dome and make sure you keep it closed until I'm done. Just stay on the defensive for as long as you can. Don't take any stupid risks. Are you sure about this? As sure as I can be, given the circumstances. Do it. She creates an exit just wide enough for me to fit through, and as I step out and make a run for the forest. When I reach the woods, I notice a man behind a tree reloading his crossbow. His back is to me, and he didn't hear me coming yet. Actually, I'm going to save here so I don't have to do that again. Right now, I don't have the stats to win this, If anyone wants to make a choice, technically I was doing a good smart berry run through, but so I would want to go for this one. But it doesn't really matter one way or another because we will most likely die and then I will do it over by picking stats. So, if no one responds, okay. Alright. Peanut says, Peanut, would you prefer Arbuckle or Peanut? But if Skinny, I'll go with this one. I stealthily approach him, and when I'm close enough, I put my dagger to his neck and slit his throat right open. He attempts to scream, but all he can manage is a weak gurgle as he drowns on his own blood. This is the first time I've killed a man. It was easy, necessary, or horrifying. I forgot that if you just kill him, you don't need to do any combat so you don't die. Okay, well, whatever you prefer, if you have a preference. Otherwise, I'll go with Peanut, because that's what I've been going with. But if you have a preference, please let me know. I would probably go with this one. I don't remember what I did last time. Oh no, I don't think I did this one last time. So it's new dialogue no matter what. Alright, I'm gonna go with this one. Necessary. I didn't exactly enjoy it, but it was either him or me. I'm sure he would have done the same to me without so much as the faintest trace of hesitation or remorse. In a battle, even the slightest hint of hesitation can prove fatal. We all joined this tournament knowing this, knowing that we could die at any moment. The weak gurgle that man let out before he died seems to have been enough to attract a fair bit of unwanted attention. 5 of the men that were shooting at Kate are now rushing towards me to see what happened. It will only be a matter of seconds before they see me. I need to act fast. I quickly look around to see what are my options. I notice that the crossbow of the man I killed is in fact a repeating crossbow, and it was just reloaded with exactly 5 shots. If I aim my shots right, I might be able to take all of them out. Hide behind the tree, hoping they will leave on their own. Use the crossbow, but try not to kill them. Use the crossbow and aim for the kill. Since we're going for badass. Actually, I'm gonna go with this one, and then I'm gonna go with this one, if no one says other. Alrighty. I want to go with this one first, because I know it won't work, and it will lead to a death. I get as far away from the crossbowman I took out and hide behind a tree. A few seconds later, I hear the 5 men's footsteps as they reach their friend. "Who did this? Show yourself, coward!" shouts one of them. "Maybe it's that banshee. Maybe she used her magic to get to him." "Don't be ridiculous. That banshee is barely even able to hold her ground." While the men are arguing amongst themselves, I'm trying to find the right moment to distance myself from them. As I stand there and listen with my back pressed against the tree, an arm appears from behind me holding a knife in its hand. It quickly slices my neck and blood starts pouring out. "Like a rat in a cage," I hear the man say. While I drop to the ground, the last thing I see is the man's knife descending towards me as he lands the finishing blow. Alright, load. And then I'll go for this one. Also knowing that I'm gonna die, so I'll do stats. I quickly grab the crossbow from the ground and jump right in front of the 5 men, aiming for the one in the middle. I shoot him directly in the head, and before he even drops to the ground, I shoot one of his comrades as well, this time in his neck. As the 2 of them fall to the ground, lifeless, I hide behind a tree while 3 crossbow bolts fly right past me. 3 shots. I've only got 3 shots left. I jump out from behind the tree and try to aim for the ones that are still alive, but there's no one in sight. I realize they must have hidden themselves as well. As I try to figure out where they're hiding, one of them quickly pops out from behind a tree and shoots for my chest. I didn't have time to dodge, and the crossbow passed right through my heart, killing me instantly. Load game. Wait. Return to game. So we've got 2 ways to get out of here. Reflexes, meaning we're able to dodge, or toughness, which is the last time we used toughness, it just makes your skin like iron. If no one wants to help, which I think I've got enough active viewers, yeah, we are dead. If no one wants to pick, I'd probably go with this one. How many stats do we have? 4. Well, if you want to help, you can just hang out and support me. So you're already doing it because you're still here. Well, I don't mind making the decisions, but if there's people who want to participate, I allow them to. We've got 4 stats left to figure out how we want to play this. One of the ways to get out of this is to have 1 reflex point, and the other is to have 3 toughness. So I'd probably go with this one because it gives us 3 more points to decide how we want to kill the other 90. It was 99 and we're killing 5. Why am I 94 men? That seems right. Alright, this is what I'm gonna go with. Alright, use the crossbow. Thank you. It's been over 4-hour stream, so my brain is a little dead right now. Math is hard. Whoa. You can actually duel. Exclamation point. Duel at who wants to fight me? Skenya or Peanut? Alright. Looks like it's you. Come at me. Ha, take that. So, if you guys want to actually duel each other, that's how. Alright, aiming for the kill. Reflexes check, level 1. Pass, combat check failed, level 1. Speed check failed, level 1. So it looks like in order to win, we're still going to have to do it differently. I quickly grab the crossbow from the ground and jump right in front of the 5 men, aiming for the one in the middle. I shoot him directly in the head, and before he even drops to the ground, I shoot one of his comrades as well, this time in his neck. As the 2 of them fall to the ground, lifeless, I hide behind a tree while 3 crossbow bolts fly right past me. 3 shots. I've only got 3 shots left. I jump out from behind the tree and try to aim for the ones that are still alive, but there's no one in sight. I realize they must have hidden themselves as well. As I try to figure out where they're hiding, one of them quickly pops out from behind a tree and shoots for my chest. Luckily, I saw him before he took the shot, so I had the time to get out of his bolt's way. I shoot my attacker right through his heart before he gets the chance to hide back behind his tree. I then spot one of the 2 other men right before he jumps out of the way. This time my crossbow bolt hits him right in the stomach, but the shot took him out regardless. The last man is standing visible behind one of the trees. I'm not willing to wait for him to attack me first, so I take the shot. I miss the shot, and that was my last one. I don't have the time to reload, so I rush towards my target with the ice dagger in my hand. Unfortunately, I wasn't fast enough. The man saw me coming and he shot me right in the face, avenging his fallen comrades. The shot killed me instantly. Restart game. Or load. No, don't restart. That would be a pain. Alright, so now I'm going to do 1 in reflexes and 1 in speed. Confirm changes. Back to my cave. Under my rock where I shall spend eternity. No, I wasn't trying to banish you. I was just trying to assert or show authority. Marshming. Sorry, I didn't see. Has it been too long? Dual peanut. It's 3 a.m. I'm super tired. Thank you, Peanut, for hanging out as long as you want. And, sleep well. Alright. Alright, now if you want, you can do dual. Nice, Marshming. So you have points to wage against each other. Did I miss anything else while I was looking? I love watching the duels in the chat. Y'all are funny. Haha. Why are people always accusing me of cheating? You're welcome. 69,420. Alright. I'm an adult. I turn 27 in 5 days. Okay. Alright, we've already decided. I'm not going to reread it. Aim for the kill. Speed check. Successful. Alright, I've already read the rest of it, so I'm just going to skip so it's not redundant. The last man is standing visible. Behind one of the trees, I'm not willing to wait for him to attack me first, so I take the shot. I miss the shot, and that was my last one. I don't have the time to reload, so I rush towards my target with the ice dagger in my right hand. The man was surprised by my speed and didn't get a chance to take aim properly. When I got close enough, I stabbed him in the neck, drenching my hand in his blood and killing him on the spot. That was the last of them. I take the liberty of swiping the ammunition off the first guy I took out and go on my way, without looking back. The first thing I need to decide now is what I'm planning to do with the crossbowmen I meet from this moment onwards. So, if you guys want to pick a path, remember, these are our stats. This will make it easy to aim from a distance. And we've got 2 points, so we can add them to something else. Don't kill any of them, only incapacitate them, only kill when there's no other viable alternative, prioritize killing but don't chase after them if they run away, kill every single one of the crossbowmen, and leave no survivors. I'll let y'all decide. And if no one wants to decide, then I'm probably gonna go for this one because that's what we've been doing so far. Thank you, Marshming, for the happy birthday. Thank you, Calm, as well. I love my birthday. I never really do anything, or if I do, it's because my friends want to. I just love my birthday. Jimmy, kill, kill, kill. Skenya, 94 guys left to execute. Well, this is the internet. You're right, Com. Burn them all. They attacked us, so spare no mercy. Yep. So, unanimous, kill them all. I'm a little worried. And I don't have any big plans. My best friend texted me this morning and was like, "Hey, do you want to do anything? What do you want to do for your birthday?" I'm not allowed to drink because of this treatment that I'm doing right now. So it's like, I'm probably just gonna stream. He was suggesting that I go over there and try out his new VR equipment. And he was like, "You could even stream it if you want." But I get severe motion sickness, and apparently VR is like motion sickness times 20,000. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I've got 5 days to decide. Okay. Kill every single one of the crossbowmen and leave no survivors. Strength check failed, level 1. The only way to be sure we win this fight is to kill every single one of them, especially their leader. If I leave any survivors, they might call for reinforcements. Who knows how many more of them are on standby, just waiting for some signal to flank us. I cannot take that risk. I won't let any of them make it out of here alive. What I need to decide now is how I'm planning to take care of all of these trained soldiers and mercenaries. I glance towards Kate. Her dome is still standing, but it's taking a lot of damage. All of the crossbowmen seem to be focused on her at this point, and they're not giving her any chance to retaliate. This means that I could try to take them all out by very quickly moving from one to the other while they're distracted. Most of them are, however, stationed in groups, so there's no way to take them all out without getting myself killed unless I'm incredibly fast, or unless I can aim my crossbow while moving. I could also try to snipe them from a distance, but I'd need to be pretty far from them to not be able to tell the whereabouts of the shots are coming from. And that kind of stunt will take significantly more time to pull off than any of my other viable strategies, which we would be able to do that because we have full observation. At any rate, time is running out. I need to choose one strategy and stick to it. Rely on speed and use melee tactics. Try to aim the crossbow while moving. Snipe them from a distance. We could do full speed if we wanted to. We could also do observation. And we could also try and do reflexes or something. Or maybe we only need 2 or 3 of these. I'll let y'all decide. And if no one wants to decide, I will probably try this one. Normally I do this one. Okay, we could do that one as well. Okay, well, have fun with work. Good luck. Thank you for the lurk. I should add a work lurk. I liked that. Alright, Skinia says snipe, so I'll go with snipe. Finally, I need to decide whether I want to go directly. I'll have to check those out on your channel to see what they look like, and then take inspiration. Do your work, it's important, and then when you get back you can give me more suggestions on what to actually do with those, because I will add them, they look like fun. Okay, bye. Finally, I need to decide whether I want to go directly for the leader or dispatch his troops first. If I capture the leader, then there's a chance I could persuade him to call off the attack and end the fight sooner. However, if I fail to capture him, I'll only succeed in making myself the main target of his whole army. Go for the leader and try to avoid troops on the way. Go for the crossbowmen first. I'd probably go for this one. It sounds like fun, making the dude sweat. We are in agreement, Skinya. Alright. I can save here too. I can't risk losing the advantage of the element of surprise. There's no better time than now to take the crossbowmen out, since they're also focused on Kate. By the time their leader realizes what's happening, his army will be gone. I start heading in the opposite direction of where I first heard their leader's voice come from, since my plan will be over if he notices me. I doubt he had the reason to move from his original position, since he believes he's already won this fight. As I run through the forest, I get spotted by a group of about 10 men. Since they're relatively far away from me, they have to get closer to me in order to be able to aim their shots properly. Observation check successful, level 3. I try to take advantage of the distance between us by shooting them right away. I only now realize how amazing my eyesight has become. Even through this darkness, I can almost see my attackers' faces clearly, aiming for them with my crossbow. Aiming for them with my crossbow is a piece of cake. There's no need to hold back. I will shoot to kill, and they are in no position to stop me. One by one, the crossbowmen fall before me, while I keep backing away deeper and deeper into the woods. Their shots are far off the mark. They are now trying to use trees as cover in an attempt to flank me. However, my observation skills seem to be so sharp now that I can even pay attention to multiple targets at the same time. Whenever one of them tries to make a rush for the next tree, I take him out in an instant. Whenever one of them tries to circle around me, I snipe them from afar. In the end, only one of them remains standing. Seeing what happened to his comrades, he abandons his post and tries to make a run for it, trying to get as far away from the battlefield as possible. He might be fast, but he cannot escape my sight. I aim my crossbow for him and shoot him in the back of the head, killing him instantly. That was a bit too risky. I need to draw less attention to myself if I want to survive this fight. I start moving more cautiously, making sure I don't get detected until I get a clear view of all my enemies. When I encounter a larger group, I try to distract some of the men and divide their attention. I then take them out methodically, from a great distance, taking advantage of the fact that they can't see where the shots are coming from until it's too late. As I take out more and more of them, the crossbowmen are starting to gradually lose their will to fight and are starting to flee the battlefield in greater numbers. They have no discipline. They're clearly not soldiers. I guess I was lucky at that. I'm not sure how well I'd have fared against actual trained professionals. Taking out every single crossbowman that attempted to flee the battlefield has proven to be a bit more time-consuming, however. By the time I've finished all 100 of them, Kate has sustained quite a few injuries. She looks pretty bloodied up, but at least she's still standing. What's the bigger threat? Can I get a slice of that cake? Cake is delish. Is that cake the satisfaction of killing all of your enemies without mercy? Then yes, we've done that successfully. And we got the achievement. Achievement unlocked. One-man army, that's the name of it, right? Oops. One-man army single-handedly defeat a small army of 100 armed men, as well as their leader. The last man standing, their leader, is now on his knees, crying and begging me for mercy. By the looks of his fancy garments, he appears to be some rich noble from one of the more prosperous cities of the West. That would explain how he could motivate so many people to follow him on this suicide mission. Please, he says in his girly voice while sobbing, I only wanted to become famous by winning the tournament. I'm sorry I attacked you. Please don't kill me. I have a lot of money. Here, you can take it. You can take it all. Just spare my life, please. He throws a bag of golden coins on the ground as he throws himself at my feet. This is quite a lot of money. I could easily live most of my remaining life in luxury with just this amount. I'll let you guys finish this situation. Take his money and spare his life but don't take his money, kill him and take his money, kill him but don't take his money, pressure him into telling me where he's hiding the rest of his gold. Skenya says, his eyesight made him so good at taking them out it was a piece of cake. I would like a slice of that cake. Yes. It's great. It's very satisfying having the skills, even if it's only in imagination. I know I did good Smartberry, but I was like, Smartberry would probably try and get more money. So I went with this one. But a truly good one would go with this one, and I kind of want to check that out. But also, I think this one is so much more satisfying. At some point I'm going to do a dumb good berry, so since I'm going to do all of the routes. Kill him and take the money, or pressure him into telling him where the rest of the gold and then killing him. He is a pest. In our eyes, yes. I love the full roleplay of getting into this. Okay, it sounds like this is the one you were going for. I ignore his plea and shoot him in the head. He would have done the same to me in this situation. I take his money and head towards Kate. As I approach her, Kate calls out to me, What happened? Why aren't they shooting me anymore? Because I took care of them. Kate looks like she needs a moment for that to sink in. You took care of all of them? Yeah, They won't be bothering us anymore. Now, let's go back to our cave. We're done here. I notice that she's barely able to stand on her feet, so I hurry to support her. I'll be honest, says Kate as we make our way back to camp. I didn't really expect you to pull it off. Yeah, neither did I. I owe you one, Barry. I won't forget this debt. We spent the rest of our trip back in silence, but I didn't really find it awkward anymore. After all we've been through this morning, a bit of quiet is more than welcome. And yay, we did it. So I gotta go now. I definitely don't have time to check out the next chapter, but I can look at the achievements for the next chapter. There is a noble sacrifice, gave your own life. Well, I already did this. Defeated Cutthroat Dave, won a duel against Cutthroat Dave, who's another character. I really need a break. Break both of your knees from a fall. So those are what we're gonna go for next time. We did. But we'll be going back to when we do this, we'll be going through my saves. Oh no. We're just gonna go for it. Yeah, I'll save here. Alright. Load game just to make sure. And yeah. I've had a lot of issues with the saves, so I'm going to manually transfer the saves. Transfer. Checkpoint. Save. Back to cloud menu. Back. Load. This is where we want to be. See? Yeah, quit game. Alright. So I hope that all of you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to end the recording, but not the stream now. So everyone that watched this on my YouTube, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, you can continue the story on your own, or you can wait for my next upload. Have a good day.